It's Wednesday, November 13th. You're listening to Your Florida Daily. I'm Katrina Scales. Police in South Florida are investigating after a human head washed ashore on Key Biscayne. Miami-Dade police officials said the discovery was made Tuesday morning by a person raking the beach and called authorities, who confirmed the head belongs to a human. The beach was closed while investigators covered the remains with a tarp. The medical examiner is now working to identify the person while homicide detectives investigate. The Federal Aviation Administration has issued a temporary ban on civil flights to Haiti after several planes were hit by gunfire, including a flight from Florida. The Spirit Airlines flight was headed to Port-au-Prince from Fort Lauderdale when gangs in the Haitian capital shot at the plane. The bullet shot through a side door, causing glass to break and leading to minor injuries to a flight attendant, though no passengers were hurt.
Sounded like somebody dropped a steel bowl of nails on the floor of the plane.
The pilot was forced to divert to the neighboring Dominican Republic.
The pilot hit the gas and we took off and we accelerated.
Those on board were able to safely land back in Fort Lauderdale on Monday night. The shootings were part of a wave of violence erupting in Haiti as the country swore in its new prime minister. The United Nations says it's also suspending flights to the capital, which limits humanitarian aid coming into the country. And it may be November, but the tropics are still showing signs of life. A disturbance in the Caribbean will likely become a depression soon, and Tropical Storm Sarah by the end of this week. Some models show the potential storm entering the Gulf of Mexico and making a turn toward Florida. But with those long-range predictions, it's just too early to tell where exactly it's going to go. Here's meteorologist Candace Campos.
Many of the computer models in pretty decent agreement as of now that it will kind of linger, loop around a little bit there in the warm waters of the Caribbean. Still very warm this time of the year. The Gulf waters have cooled down a little bit thanks to some cold fronts as well as other storms that have kind of churned up the waters a bit. But many of the models still take it into the Gulf of Mexico, all ahead of approaching cold front by later on next week. And that cold front is what could possibly kind of zip this system across the Sunshine State by the middle of next week.
Don't forget, Florida's seen November storms before. Back in 2022, Hurricane Nicole produced widespread heavy rainfall and strong winds after making landfall just south of Vero Beach. Find these top stories along with breaking news, weather, and traffic all day on clickorlando.com. And now, a completely random Florida fact. In 1964, the Beatles flew from Jacksonville to Key West to escape Hurricane Dora. They ended up partying for a few days and played a free mini concert at the Key Wester Motel. The Key Wester was demolished, except for the cottage the Beatles actually stayed in. The cottage is now called Abbey Road and serves as the bar for the Hyatt Residence Club at Windward Point. Your Florida Daily is produced by News 6 WKMG in Orlando. I'm Katrina Scales. Subscribe for new episodes wherever you like to listen.